Hi everyone, Amos here. Today, bringing up my draft analysis for Sword and Shield BBL season. I don't know, it's the first time I'm doing Wi-Fi BBL. Right, yeah, so yeah, Sword and Shield is back. Who left thought? Yeah, the BDSP meta is not that great. There'll be leaks, I'm gonna upload that, but not a lot. Like some people I play around with are just not motivated to play through. So yeah, we're just going back to good old Sword and Shield, and for the better. Even though we have to play Trolan again. But yeah, besides that, yeah. So yeah, your multi-role Scorpies are not playing the BBL League, which is Olivia Sema's league. A person that we all know who she is. She's a great person. So normally I don't think I really need to explain what BBL is because the people who watch this are coming well from the BBL server. But if you don't, BBL is just a Ubers draft league, so it allows the big Ubers in the likes of Palkia, Dialga, Giratina, those type of Ubers. But not every Ubers like Duskman, Necrozma is banned because unkillable, Calyrex Shadow Rider is unstoppable. You get the idea. There may be Ubers in it. They're still banned in those tiers. So yeah, but the way all those Ubers works here is with a system of points. Like the Ubers cost a lot, but depending of what tiers of Uber you do, you can have more than one. Like from what I remember, it was like the total of both of your Ubers must not exceed 41 points, and like the point goes through 25 to 18, so meaning that a 25 Ubers doesn't, it will be alone. And I think after that it goes to 23 because it's impossible with 24 as well. So you just go with 23. And after that it's just regular old picks that we do that we complete with those. And for me, I got 6 plays out of 12. Yeah, without doubt the worst possible place. Middle is just, it's just bad. You have the time to get for everyone to pick just before you. But I did end up with a draft that I think I'm gonna like using. So, so now I think at the best I just explain why I wanted this Pokemon, like why it brings to the table with what I want. And now I'm gonna let's go. I can't talk. Let's go. Let's jump. Okay, let's jump right into it. So when it was my turn, I know there was two Ubers I was deciding between, and there were still three. The first one being was like Zekrom, which is just nuts. Is super strong. It's almost Zekrom is just super strong. Like it's almost unkillable. Not even your ground type can stop it. It's not even your ground type will even kill it. And yeah, because I'm talking like that about Zekrom without showing it, you know I didn't choose Zekrom. Instead, the reason why I didn't want Zekrom was like, one, even though I didn't really try it out, I know what it does. I feel like it doesn't. His role will just won't change a lot. Like most of the time, will just be like it'll just be dragon and electric move, dragon dance rules, or even substitute. Like the most the moveset will change, but not really the set, unless I want to do like a physically bulky set. But I know you can do variety with Zekrom. Like you can also just go choice card because of SS with Volt Switch or whatever. So, and also one of the reason I didn't want Zekrom to start was because it's a 25 points Uber. So if I were to draft Zekrom, I wouldn't be able to get another Ubers with it. Well, the second Uber I was thinking about can be paired with another one. And that would be Rayquaza. This thing is unwallable at all. Godlike offensive, pretty good speed tiers, and access to super strong move. If once it get in, you have to revenge kill it offensively. You can't wall this thing at all. You will always be able to get at least either at worst huge damage off or even just a kill at best. With his Mighty Step Dragon Ascent, which is basically a flying type version of close combat. It also has a great priority of extreme speed, so if you want to revenge kill it, you have to be A, either in pristine elf condition to not get picked up by extreme speed, or you have to be a ghost type, so you don't get infected, at least you don't get hit by extreme speed. And, and Rayquaza, even though its physical set is the most powerful, special is still an option with access to Draco Meteor. And yeah, for me, it's a great pick. I don't necessarily need to run boots on this thing because it's to do wall breaking. You don't need a lot of time to enter because you'll open use all as fast as he attacks. So yeah, I like having this dragon on my side. Then of course I didn't really have an idea what to pair Rayquaza with what was left. I knew it would be a waste of time going for my second Uber now because some Ubers that could be because the point where Rayquaza said only 4 Ubers were available to be paired with Rayquaza, and I would say the best one that could be paired with got picked. Well, actually, it was 2 of them, but one of, but both were actually Pokemon that I already tried. That well, the first one was Liberos and Race, which we already saw on the channel with YCL, and the other is Yorshifu Single Strikes. Very good breaker, but I decided to not go with it because I already got it in another league, which is also BBL but on Showdown. But yeah, who knows? If you guys are interested, maybe I'll like either live my battles or just do a mini movie. But we're not here to talk about that. So yeah, so I decided to wait on the second Uber I could potentially get if I were to go with it. And instead, grab a Pokemon that I didn't try in a long time and wanted to, which is Slash, a a Uber from the past, we can say. Is in Gen 8, yeah, we all know it got nerfed. Its offense and defense got drop of 10 based at total in both forms. But aside from that, it's still a very strong Pokemon. Like Choice Specs can just nukes everything with Shadow Ball and Flash Cannon or even Steel Beam. Physical has now close combat for a stronger physical cool fighting type move than Sacred Sword. It also has good priority in Shadow Sneak, which is pretty good pairing in terms of priority with Rayquaza, since now I have a priority that can hit Ghost type, which Rayquaza wasn't able to. The only drawback of this pick, I would say, is that it's a Steel type that doesn't learn Rocks, but as long as I were able to pick Pokemon that can set up Rocks, no problem. It was fine with me. It also patch up Rayquaza's Ice weakness nicely. Not really Dragon because the Dragon backs up. Well, usually use Ground and Fire move. Egg Slash is just not fast or strong enough to withstand those moves after a Dragon attack. But at least it can hold them off a little bit. And with Rayquaza, my game is just to be would be to be at least offensive, or to the point of wearing everything down to the point that my offense can just break everything. After that, like I said, I needed rocks. I need to secure them fast on a Pokemon that could use it in every time I bring it. And I have the perfect Pokemon for it. Nido Queen is a good ground type to pair off with Esteem. It's a good stopgap to almost any electric type in the likes of Tapu Koko or Zeraora, which are a huge threat for me as of right now. So I have a Pokemon that can just check those without a sweat is amazing. It's also usually a huge debate between Nido King and Nido Queen. Well, you saw that I also in YCL I went with Nido King. Now I wanted to go with Nido Queen, and I'm also more a Nido Queen fan because of the bulk. And Nido King's speed tier is not that amazing anyways. So I'd rather go with Nido Queen. Eh, Usually it's just the same thing with you go Nido Queen. You pack rocks, you go with the tree move that hits your opponent's team the best, and you have a great Pokemon overall. Even when people knew what, or at least expect what tree moves you're gonna go with. But yeah, what can I say more? Well, pretty much say what I can about Needle Queen. What can I say? You see, I'm totally not professional at all. We- As you can see from the potato quality on the background, I don't want to just. I just want. Yeah, I suck anyway. I suck at editing. Okay, we have the energy. Next Pokemon. There, Slowking. Let's change the subject. Or rather, let's go back to the original subject. Great Pokemon to have. Something that was lacking was momentum, which is very important to bring your huge offensive threat on the field safely. And Slowking can do that with Teleport. Also, not a Pokemon that is that easy to switch in with its coverage, access to Scald, all the future size Salgod move. Like Emerging Raider makes it so it can last very long. It's a great special wall overall. I like having this big. It for me, it just help a ton so that I don't fall off to most of the special attacks in the game. Obviously, there are also some setups that can work, but it'll just be hard for Soul King to just fall if he goes with with a setup set. But I have a hard time what those Pokemon are for. They're good, so that I don't have to describe them for long. They do our job great, and I like that. So instead, let's for the next pick to pair up with Slowking's Regenerator. I pick another one in Mienshao. It's a good speed tier since it's above 100. That's something that was lacking as of right now. It's also a good breaker, a good knockoff user that was also missing as of right now. Knockoff, very important move, remember. Another momentum grabbing user. Yeah. And but yeah, it's also like it helps against the rocks and steel type that would like to resist Rayquaza's are gonna set. I know Rayquaza can just shred them after with his coverage, but it's still good to have in backup, so I can also help even further to make Rayquaza be able to use Dragon Ascent more to just go with its try to predict and use his coverage instead. Yeah, that was a better explanation. Then the next pick, I decided to go with Volcarona. This thing is well, it is a beast to say the least. Not over, well, it is overpowered actually. There's ability boost to patch up his stuff of weakness. The the threat of quiver dance is just fearsome, and it's not like everyone will have a heat trend or something. Yeah. Also, something I wanted to try out, like also Volcarona. I just don't know what to say. Like the Pokemon that I just tried right now, just are just so easy to explain. I want to to tell more, but it's just the same thing overall. Just saying. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's a fearsome fire. Well, yeah, it's a fearsome fire type. It's, I, it can really be a pain in the matchup if not dealt with it properly. So now, let's go now with things I can now explain with more details because they're not. Now we go with the unusual Pokemon. Starting off with Morpeko. What? That's the first time I'm gonna ever try Morpeko, and I always wanted to try out this little guy. Yeah, it's a Pikachu clone, so its stats aren't the best, but like he has almost like 100 in both attack and speed. I said almost, not exactly 100, but also its signature move Aura Wheel is pretty strong when you think about it. Like it's a 1 to 10 base power. Heck, that's stronger than Earthquake of all things. Also, it's a rapid spinner, which is something that is very in need for my team, since I don't necessarily want to run boots on Rayquaza, not even Volcarona, so having something to pressure them off is for me really good. Also, good coverage, but like those coverage aren't that strong, aren't super strong move, and Morpeko is not an offensive juggernaut, so they're just here so that at least you'll be able to hit them. But it also has access to momentum grabbing move. Well, since it's an electric tag, yes, obviously Volt Switch, but most importantly, parting shot, which will make my because Morpeko is pretty fast. It can boost and it can boost its speed with overwheel and rapid spin. I think parting shot would make my teammates having an easier time to switch on, since more people will most likely switch first before the opponent. So yeah, I wanted to try out more Pico. I don't know if if grabbing in a Uber tier was the best play because you have to fight super strong monstrosities. But hey, I can make it work. Then next, unexpected mon that you rarely see, being Shinotic. This room brings a grass type to the team, which is nice. So I can have a both offensive and defensive answer to water type. Yeah, also have good special defense, so it doesn't necessarily fall to any ice beam coming out randomly. It also has also great support move, Thunder Waves, Spore are the main one. Yeah, also has a Strength Sap. It may not be Viola Plume, but it can still be annoying, especially with its ability Effect Spore, which punishes contact. So yeah, the 4-time weakness to poison can be really be annoying. Like I was also thinking about having Tapu Bulu instead, would cost a lot more and brings the grassy terrain. But I didn't want it to have a terrain this time. And I mean, look at this. Look at it. Look at that smile. How can you not? How can you not like the guy in a some kind of diaper? All right. So after that, yeah, the next one is Techno. Because Morpeko is my dark type and its defense are really pathetic, I really needed to go with a bulky normal type to defensively handle the ghost. And for me, Techno does a really good job at it. I mean, it's super bulky, like 95 base type across the board, attack in speed. It's already bulky, and with Eviolite, it's even more bulky. It also, it's also a great pivot because with slow speed and access to U-turn. Like, pretty much the best set you can use on a Techno is U-turn, rest, and sleep talk, then your trust of the last move, depending on what you need. Even with that, for me, it's just enough. Like a Pokemon that can just save, so you can just save time against opposing offense, so you can get your offense going at it again. For me, it's a good reason for drafting Techno in general. Pretty overlooked for Pokemon. And then next up, I wanted to grab Regirock. The only reason being that Nidoqueen was the only rocker so far. And yeah, I can easily set up, just put rocks in the moveset, like no problem at all. But I still like having diversity, like just in case, you never know. And Regirock is also a good Pokemon on its own. A rock type with Juggernaut defenses. eh, Yeah, I also support with Thunder Wave, so it's more support with speed control. And I really can't say more about Regirock because it's Regirock. But yeah, I like the guy. Super bulky. He's pretty strong despite being a more bulky Pokemon. So instead, I'm gonna go with my last pick possible. For now, I only have Rayquaza for my Ubers. It was so, and I have a lot of points left, so I decided to grab to go with a second Ubers. But there was only one that worked. Like I said, I didn't want to Cinderace early in the picks because I had in YCL. In Urshifu, we're about to try it in the shutdown version of BBL. So instead, I went on with what was pretty much left. I think there was also the fourth one free, but I didn't want it either. I grabbed Zamazenta Crowned. This Pokemon, yeah, I really have a hard time saying it's even good. I pretty much drafted because I can, not that because I wanted it. The reason being, well, this Pokemon is just a huge missed potential as a legendary. Like first off, not getting body press is a blow because he will be the perfect user of the move. Also, he has a a big problem to set up since he only has howl and work up, which is just too slow to set up with in the first place. But Zamatanta's role is pretty much to be effective against offense, since he has the power, speed, and bulk to just outspeed the opposing offense, thanks their attack and shredding them with his powerful attacks. But then he falls a bit against bulkier team, which is normally what draft are all about, being balanced. And Zamazata has a hard time keeping up with those balanced team, since they have wall that it can now break through with a huge supports. But like I said, it's not bad, not at all. It's still a legendary. It still has crazy huge stats. It may not be as good as regular form, which we can run a better item that is Kenny's transformation. And also they already have a fine type in Mienshao and a steel type in Egg Slash. It's also another steel type that doesn't have rocks, but who knows? I already used it Zamazanta in a previous league. Didn't do too well with it, but I want it to be good. It's and you know what? We'll try our best to make it good here. So yeah, after this potato of quality of a draft analysis that was, I hope you're gonna ruling out for the Mario Scoropes for this season of BBL. So I guess see you guys for every other weeks. See ya.